Well, hello 2L. We're back again with some more ratios, and this time we're talking about multipart ratios. We've already looked in how to solve ratios that have two parts. Now, if you look at the example that I have here, we have three-part ratios. So today's learning goal is I can successfully solve multipart proportions and use them to solve real-world applications. So here we've got two ratios that each have three parts, and sometimes ratios compare more than two quantities. Then we end up with 3 or even 4-part ratios. This one is a 3-part ratio because we got 3 numbers, then an equal sign, then 3 numbers. And if you notice, we've got a y and an x that we have to solve for. So how do we set this up? Because cross multiplying doesn't work when you got 3 numbers. So we're going to have to take a look and see how we can break this down. So I'm going to set up a little bit of rough work here. But we're going to write these vertically, the same way that we did before. We've got 4 over 5 over y, and on the other side we have x over 32 over 78. Now we need to turn this into two-part ratios rather than 3-part ratios. So the most important thing here is this. That 5 and the 32 we have to use in both of our 2-part ratios. So where are our 2-part ratios? Well, this one here is one of them. And if I take another color here, this one here is the other one. How do I turn those into ratios? Well, just like this. We are going to do 4 over 5 and x over 32. That's the black one. 4 over 5 equals x over 32. Once you've got that written as a 2-part ratio, this is just cross multiplying. We're going to cross this way and divide by this one. So x is going to equal 4 times 32 divided by 5. Let's pull up my handy dandy calculator. 4 times 32 divided by 5 equals 25.6. 25.6. Now I'm going to do the blue box. The blue box here has 5 over y equals 32 over 78. So 5 over y equals 32 over 78. Once I have that written down, it's just a matter of cross multiplying. Easy peasy. 5 times 78, 5 times 78, and then divided by 32. So we're going to plug that into our handy dandy calculator. Here we go. 5 times 78 divided by 32 equals 12 point, we're going to call that 12.2. 12.2. Okay, so there's our two answers. We have our x and we have our y. So that's how you solve in a ratio. Now let's have a little look at a word problem here. This says, a clothing store sells t-shirts in only 3 colors, red, blue, and green. The colors in a ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. So I'm going to do my little rough work here. And remember, I'm going to put these down red, blue, green, so we know what we're talking about. And they're in a ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. So 3 to 4 to 5. Now it says if the store has 20 blue t-shirts, so I got to locate my blue line and write 20 beside that. How many red t-shirts does it have? So red is the one we're looking for, so I'm going to put my unknown in the red. Now notice that we don't even need that last ratio. We have the ratio we're going to set up here. It's going to be 3 over 4 equals x over 20. So 3 over 4 equals x over 20. And there you have it. We just have to cross multiply and divide. So our x is going to equal, remember we do 3 times 20, and then we divide it by 4. So plugging that into our calculator, we have 3 times 20 divided by 4 is 15. Now I do want to point something out. If you remembered that you can just use a multiplier. If I know how to multiply 4 to get to 20, and to figure out what I have to multiply 4 to get to 20, I only have to take 20 and divide it by 4, and that will tell me that my multiplier, in fact, is 5. So if I can multiply 4 by 5 to get to 20, that means I can multiply 3 by 5 to get to x, which also means that this here we could have gotten by just doing 3 times 5 using the multiplier over there. So if you want to do it that way, you can. Show me the little swoops and the time signs. Let's have a look at our next question. This is kind of the same word problem, but we've just changed it up just a little bit. This says the clothing store sells t-shirts in only 3 colors. Again, we've got the red, the blue, and the green. The colors are in a ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. If the store has 84 t-shirts total, how many of each color do they have? Well, now here's a problem. 84 t-shirts total is these 3 things combined. So I don't know where to put that 84. Does the 84 go with red? No, it's a total. Does the 84 go with blue? No, it's a total. Does the 84 go with green? No, it's a total. It's a total of all of them. So it's some sort of total. And how do I figure out what a total is? Well, luckily, total means add. So whenever you see total, you're going to have to add up all the parts that they gave you to get what goes with your total. So 4 and 5 is 9, and 3 more is 12. So we have a total of 12 parts, and we're going to turn that into 84. Now I'm going to do this 2 different ways. The first way is by using the multiplier. This is by far the easiest way. By using the multiplier, we take a look at 12 and see how to get 84. Now remember, to figure out what the multiplier is here, to figure out times what, all we have to do is do what we want to get to divided by what we started with. And 84 divided by 12 is actually 7. So our multiplier is 7. So since we want to know how many of each color, all we have to do is multiply each of these things by 7. So 3 times 7 is 21. And 4 times 7 is 28. And 5 times 7 is 35. So those are our 3 things that we could do. Now, if you don't happen to like the multiplier rule, if you are really, really good at doing cross multiplying, we can do this with cross multiplying too. So by cross multiplying, we still have the red, the blue, the green, and the total, and we have a 3, a 4, a 5, and we add them all up and we get 12, and I know the 84 has to go there. So there, for cross multiplying, there's the thing that I have to use every time. So what am I going to put in here? Well, let's put a little R, a little B, and a little G to stand for red, blue, and green, just since there's so many things that I have to find. And I have to use the thing that's highlighted in yellow, the number across from the number. So number, let's just say 2 numbers. So here's how I'm going to set them up. And I'm not going to solve them because we're going to save a little bit of time here. But I'm going to start by doing the first one with the numbers. So 3 over 12 equals R over 84. So 3 over 12 equals R over 84. Now that you have that, you can just cross multiply and you know that R is 3 times 84 divided by 12. You're also going to need to find the B, so we need to use this one, and we're going to do 4 over 12 equals B over 84. So 4 over 12 equals B over 84. And if we want to find B, we can cross multiply and go 4 times 84 divided by 12. 4 times 84 divided by 12. And the last one, we're going to use the 5 and the G to figure out how many green. So we do 5 over 12 equals G over 84. So 5 over 12 equals G over 84. And our G is going to equal 5 times 84 divided by 12. Now we're going to leave it there because these numbers are all going to come out, and when we plug them into our handy dandy calculator, they're going to come out to the same ones above, which was 21, 28, and 35. 21, 28, and 35. So I'm not going to show you me plugging them into my handy dandy calculator. But anyway, that's how you do that. Remember that anytime they give you a total, you have to make your own total column. And this is really just kind of rough work, lining up your numbers so that you can make your ratios. Happy calculating.